Hello everyone, this is Ron from Ron's Drone Tech and RC channel. Today I have I'm going to do a video about the Parrot Anafi. Recently there was a big upgrade. Let me start from the beginning of this story. I think on Labor Day here in the U.S., which is, I think was October 5th or 6th, something like that, a Parrot announced a new drone, a Parrot FPV drone. I'm forgetting the exact name of it, but anyhow, it was a drone where it had goggles and you could fly at FPV. Well, it turns out that it wasn't really a new drone. It was just a big firmware upgrade. So if you had the older Anafi, the original Anafi, you could apply these firmware upgrades and get all the features that the new FPV kit offers. Excuse me. I did the upgrades and the firmware upgrades, and I did a video already, which I will link below, that shows the results of this upgrade. But anyhow, I came back from the beach yesterday and I recorded some video. And this morning I hooked it up to my computer via the USB-C port on the back, via the provided plug from Parrot, as usual, to move the files from the Anafi over to the computer. Well, it didn't recognize it, and so I rebooted the Anafi, reconnected the Anafi, rebooted the computer, found a different USB-C cord, and none of those tricks worked. Nothing allowed the Parrot to be recognized by the computer, and this had never failed before. I had used this method countless amounts of times. A dozen, 2 dozen times without error. So I'm guessing it's either something in the new Parrot firmware update software that kind of didn't allow the connection to work to the computer anymore, or my iMac received some kind of update, and a big update's coming from Apple for the computers probably later this month or October. But so far it was nothing. I've had an update recently, just a small incremental bug fix update, but one of those two things, I think, has disabled this to be able to connect with the Mac. So that made me go the option 2, where I had to take the memory card out of the Anafi and stick it into the Mac's memory card slot. And I had never ever removed the memory card that came with the Anafi before, because I had always transferred just the way I just described. But also on that note, I was having problems recently, and I'm going to say even before the firmware update, where the Anafi kept bugging me about files unreadable, not being able to read the memory card, and so when I would go in and reformat it, and everything would be good for that flight, but then the next flight I may have more alerts about memory card issues. So I went on Parrot's website and looked up the card that was supported, and I found a SanDisk 64 gigabyte Extreme card. So I ordered that and had it on standby. So I'm going to, in the next portion of the video, I'm going to show you how to remove the memory card from this, because most drones just have a hole in the side and you just push the memory card in, and but this has like an old school slot underneath the battery. It kind of looks like a what do you call it, a SIM card thing from a cell phone from 1999 in it. So a lot of people are scared to use that because they have never seen one before, but somebody at my age has messed with those things in the past. So again, I'm going to remove the cards in here, install the new card, and who knows, maybe that card was gone faulty, and that's why the computer wasn't seeing the drone anymore. I mean, that's a reach, but it could be. So anyhow, we're gonna do all that, and hopefully that solves many problems. Putting this new memory card on, one problem will solve it. It's a faster card. It was I think a U1 in here, so I'm putting a U3 in. I'm going from 16 gigabytes to 64. So that's going to help a lot, because in this thing, if you take 4K video, basically one flying session, one flying a full battery, basically you take up most of the space on the memory card, and by the next flight you have to reformat or delete all the media you had on here, or it won't be any room for the new media. So that'll be nice, that I could do maybe three, possibly 4 flights and not have to go in and delete all the data. So just hang in there, and we're going to, show you how to change that memory card out. But as a bonus here to this video, a couple months ago, I showed you a product I purchased from Amazon. It's a case for the Parrot Anafi, and it matches the material on the Anafi's the drone's case almost perfectly. Same feel, same look. But what this does, it offers a slot for the controller and the batteries, and we'll get to that in a second here. But I can never tell what was the top and bottom of the case. Like, I get out the field, I always seem to open it backwards. So I made a little mod here and put a little sticker on, say, at top here. So I always open it the right way now. So, that's a simple little mod. And again, I purchased this case, I think in June, and so I've used it for, over 2 months now, and I'm still very happy with it. Just give you a quick refresh. It has, it has a strap here, of course, that carry it around your shoulder, or you could just hand carry it with this strap if you don't like the other strap. And it has, two zippers here, one zipper high, one zipper low, and it has these nice little pull things on it here, and inside, so the strap's messing me up here. You have the, of course, the case the Anafi comes in. It has a slot for it there, and I have my, it doesn't have a slot for the ND fills, but you just sit right on top. 2 slots for the batteries here, and the controller fits in right here, and it's even got the perforations up top, for the sticks on the controller, and then the extra props here, and it also has a cutout for that and a cutout for the case. So I have a whole video on this review, so I'll link that in the video in the card or down below to see the whole video for the Anafi. And I'll put a link into it also to purchase it on Amazon. It's very affordable. It's just a little over $20, I believe, and it's well worth it, because of the protection it offers for the controller. So again, stay tuned. We're going to show you how to switch that memory card out. Be right back. Hello, Ron here from Ron's Drone, RC, and Tech channel today. We're going to show you how to change your SD card in your Parrot Anafi. Recently, I've been having some issues with my memory card. It keeps asking me to keep reformatting, and sometimes it says it's unreadable, and just a lot of strange issues indicating that maybe the memory card is going bad. So I have the original memory card that this came in the Anafi. It's like a 16 gigabyte kind of industrial standard SD card. So I went on Parrot's website and looked for the approved memory cards for it. So one of them was the SanDisk Extreme 64 gigabyte card. It's of course it's a U3 and all that. So anyhow, it's one of the approved cards. It's on their website. So we're going to try to install it today. Now I ordered this from Amazon.com, and it came with the little memory card reader also here. You stick the card in here, and then you can put it in your SD card slot on your computer. Anyway, that's nice. I'll include a link in it where you can purchase it on Amazon. It was very affordable. I think it was under $20. So what we're going to do here is, there's several videos out there how to do this. My friend Brian Singleton over at True Drone Reviews did one about a year ago. As he points out, people were really thrown off by this unusual memory card holder. I mean, most of these drones just has a hole in the side, you just push it in. But this has an old, looks like a cell phone. What do you call those cards for your cell phone? Your SIM chip card from 1999 here. So what we want to do is you want to I won't get my finger in the way here. You want to just push down on it, and then see it pop up like that. So then you take this out. Again, this is like they call it the SanDisk, like the industrial card, like the standard one that they put in. This is only a U1, so we're putting in a U3. So we should get much better, throughput for recording with this card. The reason this car's never been out of here before is the Anafi is a drone where you can plug it, the battery. You can plug the USB-C right into your computer's USB like 2 plug, and you can transfer all your files over with the drone connected to the computer without ever having to take the memory card out. So that's a real handy thing. In other words, like people say, you never have to take the battery off of this thing. You can always just do it through that, because see the connection on there that connects up into here. So everything's transferred right through the battery through the USB-C out to the computer. So that's the way I've been moving my files. But okay, so let's get into this here. Okay, so we're going to take this card, and you probably saw that can't pick this little thing up with one hand. You saw it was in this direction here. So that's the way it was in. So we're going to pop this back up again. And then push it back up again. Voila, there it's in. Easy peasy, as they say. And it even gives you like instructions here how to pull that down, open it, push it back up to lock it back in again. So now we're going to put the battery back on, boot it up, open up the the app on the phone with the controller, and go in and format the memory card, and we should be good to go. And I will do a follow-up video on that process also, and let you know how everything went. But this is how you upgrade your memory card.